Hello, how are you? I am Burke, and you're watching Angry Buzzard Autos. My assessment of the Toyota 86 GT after having driven it for over 1 year and more than 36,000 miles. Hey, well, thank you so much for checking out this video. I really do appreciate it. Hope y'all are doing great, having a nice day. So, in this video, I'm going to talk about why I bought the Toyota 86 GT, give a general overview of it, kind of walk it and get inside, look at the interior. I'm going to tell you what my dislikes are, what I do like about it, some performance items, and a little bit of information about some competing cars that are in the same price range. What I feel like the value of this car is, monetarily speaking, and just a little bit of advice. So I hope you like this, and so let's just kind of get started into this video. Don't believe everything you read about the automatics. They perform very well on track. I have seen proof. Now, to each his own. Articles like this, manual, automatic, are bias oriented. Therefore, you have to find what is good for you. I really was tempted to get the TRD manual version of this car. Virginia and I considered this car for several months before actually buying it. So let me answer the question as to why I bought this particular car. So categorically speaking, just to begin with, I like sports cars. I want a fun sports car. I want something that is not too expensive. So this car covers all that ground. Definitely fun. And it's 27 grand brand new. So you can get them used for much less. So they are inexpensive. Another category is being a good daily driver. You know, I need to go somewhere, I can hop in, go, and feel at ease. So it is a good daily driver. I'm not a huge guy, so if you're a really, really big dude, this may be too cramped for you. But basically speaking, it's comfortable. It cruises well. My most common way of illustrating how a car cruises well is by going up a hill. In this clip you can see I do not have to struggle much with the gas pedal in order to get this car to go up a fairly steep hill. You can see the car began losing speed. I gave it a quick bump and it just nearly hit right back up at 70 again, fairly quick and easy. It's pretty safe. Front, rear, rollover, all that should be pretty safe. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, the 86 GT gets 5 stars, give or take. So there's the front crash is 4 stars out of 5. Side, probably not so good on the side. And on rollover, it gets 5 stars. And it seems to be quite reliable so long as you take it in, get the oil changed and all that kind of good stuff. Reliability is there. It was rated number 5 out of 8 in its class for sports cars. The visibility is really good too. So for me, that's also inherent in being a qualification for a good daily driver. You want to be able to see everywhere, especially when you're tired going or coming back home from work or something. So the visibility is great. I like it for scenic cruises. Here's your visibility to the left, panning to the right. And there you go. And the back of the car. So the visibility is very nice. Right, there's the rear view mirror in reverse. Driver position is very good. It's almost centered, and the left fender flare matches up well with that yellow stripe. And it's not really loud and obnoxious. It's got a little bit of a sporty sound to it, not a lot, but it's got that capability. So it's just a really nice daily driver as well. I really like the appearance of the wheels, and the braking is very nice also. I like having fog lights, and I do like this design quite a bit. The 86 has won a few awards. In 2012 Car of the Year, also Sports Car of the Year in 2012. So let me go ahead and give you a little guided tour of the interior. Nothing fancy, just super quick, and tell you what I think. But first things first, the door, sort of a suede, got a fake kind of plastic through here, and then leather on the armrest. But it's nice, it's got a decent feel to it. All of this up here, it is molded to look like leather, and it doesn't feel too cheap. You know, it's got a pretty decent feel to it. So for the price, that's nice. The window and mirror buttons and controls are just fine. And that plastic around them is like a fake carbon fiber, but it's pretty decent. There's your interior light adjustment and the trunk release button. Headlight controls are on your left, and there's your odometer and trip control. Alright, the steering wheel, I really like it. It's a little small. It's got a good sporty feel. Since this car turns so quickly, having a smaller steering wheel is nice. Here are your radio controls on the left, and on the right are your menu option controls for the dash, and below is your cruise control. Here are your wiper controls. Alright, and here's the stereo, which I primarily just use the radio a little bit off and on. The clock is wonderful, so easy to set, and the air conditioning controls are wonderful, so easy to reach and just control. There's your engine start stop. There's a little cubby there, and around the shift is a couple of more ports for you. Here are your shift indicators, which also show up on the dash. And then you have traction modes, which I've used sport a little bit, have not used track, and I've used snow some as well. So those are great. There's your seat heaters. They cut the cold pretty well. And of course you got a little cubby with your cup holders. And this is nice. It's very easy to read. So see, we're in park, reverse, neutral, drive. Now we're in manual. You can kind of see we're in first. That's what I use the most. I like to watch my gas mileage more than anything. So, and every now and then I'll double check my temperatures and the battery and all that, especially on a long cruise. This is the G-force. You can see here where I'm decelerating. It shows 0.2 up front, and then 0.3, 0.4 on the right side. The seats are well contoured and snug, not just for daily and scenic driving, but for the track and spirited drives. They're suede and leather as well. I also like the rear space. I do not subscribe to using the back seats because they are absolutely worthless. But for me, just folding down the back seats, you've got really excellent room. The 86 is a top car to learn performance driving. 200 horsepower and about 151 pound-feet of torque. Top speed 145 miles an hour. As a reference, the average 0 to 60 time for most cars is 8 seconds, and this car is known to be about 7.6, 7.7. In the standing quarter mile, it will do about 14.7 to 14.9 seconds. And as far as the most common performance modifications, it's a cold air intake, headers, tune, and exhaust. Headers and a tune are some of the very most common in regards to relieving that torque dip that we all tend to see in these cars. You can see in this clip that once I hit about 70, it has difficulty accelerating easily up to 80 and beyond. Performance modifications really do help with this. My dislikes of the 86 GT are few. Quality-wise, it chips paint very easily all the way down to the plastic or metal. The road noise, it's kind of like a tin can. It's easy to damage the front bumper. It's fairly flimsy. And the horn sounds like it's from a golf cart or an old VW Bug. It runs kind of rough, but it's just a real tight suspension, so kind of something you got to live with. I hate the torque dip, so passing on the highway is kind of bad. Accelerating past 80 miles an hour quickly is a no-go. Alright, so I would like to answer the second question that you probably would ask, and that is, why not any of the competing cars? Why this one? Why not get one of the other cars? A lot of the other cars are faster and might have greater straight line, maybe even a little better in the curves, like the Miata. Miata is great in the curves. The Veloster, the Golf, Civic, Miata, Ford-based Mustang, Chevy-based Camaro all outperform the 86 GT. Well, I just don't like the looks of them. I prefer the looks of this one. Not that the other cars are ugly or anything like that. I mean, if I was offered one of the other cars and that was all that was being built, bam, I'm there. But I just like the looks of this car. That is all it comes down to. Trade-in value for a 2019 86 GT that's in good condition is around $18,000. The depreciation on these new 86s is around $7,500. Used 2019 86s are selling for somewhere around $17,000, $18,000. Selling an 86 for a good price may be hard since sales are going down drastically. Hey, well that will do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment below, subscribe, and y'all be safe, take it easy, enjoy driving those back roads, and I will see you later. Bye.